Good evening, everyone. I'm Joy. Thank you for joining us this evening for EVG's opportunity presentation. Firstly, I would like to thank EVG and my upline for introducing the elite career to me. Have you ever wondered why many people are working tirelessly every day? Is it to earn a living for a day, a month, a year, a lifetime, or even beyond? In recent news, we are seeing large corporations retrenching thousands of their workforce. What will happen to the livelihood of these employees in the future? Are there better options to earn another income in the current market condition? I would like to invite the first speaker for today to share more in depth with us the opportunity available through an e-commerce platform. Let us welcome Jiahui.
Thank you, MC. First of all, I would like to thank EVG Network and my upline for introducing Elite as a career into my life. I'm Jiahui, and I'll be sharing with you this new business opportunity. The era of mobile internet is the biggest business trend in the world we live in and in the future, as life is constantly changing and evolving faster than we can anticipate. But one thing for sure is that our lives are inseparable from our mobile phones and the internet. The first thing we do when we wake up is to check our phones. With the pandemic, we are even more reliant on our mobile phones to access services that it provides, as well as to look for opportunities that lies within. Why are we looking for new opportunities online? Well, we are starting to notice that artificial intelligence has been replacing any jobs in the next 10 years. Take, for example, in food and beverage industry. There are already automated robotic arms that can cook like a chef. And in the service sector, when we are ordering food, we can do so with an iPad at the expense of a waitress. And there are other industries such as manufacturing and transportation industries that are transforming with the introduction of artificial intelligence. In the near future, the intervention of artificial intelligence will also replace other professions found in industry such as law, healthcare, aviation, and engineering. Hence, is the era of mobile internet a crisis or an opportunity? The era of mobile internet has resulted in many closures of traditional businesses and caused unemployment rates to increase. Although mobile internet has caused crises to traditional businesses, we have seen the growth of e-commerce as well, such as Amazon and Alibaba. They have developed into the scale they are today. According to statistics, in year 2020, the total value of consumers shopping online has reached a total of 4 trillion USD. Over 2.1 billion people are now shopping online. And it's expected in 2025, this total will reach 12.8 trillion USD, with over 2.5 billion people shopping online. So what are the problems caused by online business owners? Firstly, we will need to do stockpiling, because only by buying in bulk can we reduce the capital cost. Also, we will also be responsible for postage and logistics. If there are any hiccups like loss of packages during the mailing, we are also responsible to make a new delivery at our own expense. Upon making a sale, we need to consistently check if the buyer has remitted the money into our bank account. Lastly, if we were to develop into a large e-commerce business, we will need to hire employees to help in packaging and mailing, which results in an increase in our expenditure. Now, let us take a clear view of why Elite business is an ideal choice for us. First, there is no stockpile needed. It is of low capital to gain with, and it gives us free membership. It operates 24/7 around the clock throughout the year, and we can open our franchises around the world. Most importantly, our efforts in this business can be inherited to the next generation. So what makes Elite a unique business opportunity? Elite has its own research and development team, its own software and technology infrastructure, manufacturing facilities, and will be expanding to over 50 countries in the future. I believe that we understand the importance of choosing the right business partner to work with, as it can determine our success. Allow me to introduce you to our business partner in Elite Career, Dr. Zhao Fei Chen. Dr. Zhao Fei Chen is the founder of Nutritional Immunology, the authority in preventive science. She's also a microbiologist and a cancer researcher for more than 30 years. She has won many awards, including 10 Most Outstanding Young Americans Award, Most Outstanding Chinese in the World. She has also published several educational books, such as Cancer and Nutritional Immunology, as well as Nutrition, Immunity, and Longevity, which can be purchased from major bookstores and Google Play Books as well. Elite also has a team of professional doctor, law professor, computer science, and tech expert, as well as financial management specialists. Now that we have understood Elite's uniqueness and strengths, let us understand what nutritional immunology is. Nutritional immunology is a science that studies the link of nutrition on our immune system. What is the immune system then? Immune system can be described as a country's defense with army, navy, and air force to defend against foreign invaders. Our immune system consists of organs such as tonsils, thymus, lymph node, bone marrow, appendix, and etc. Our immune system is the best doctor in the world, as a healthy immune system is able to defend us against more than 90% of the diseases that are closely related to the malfunctioning of our immune system. What are the three main functions of our healthy immune system? They are defense, cleanse, and repair. Defending us against harmful bacteria and viruses, cleansing our body from toxins, and repairing our damaged cells. Now, we will now delve deeper into these three main functions. Let us take a look at the cells in the defense function. The picture on the left shows B cells, which are naturally created by our own immune system. Throughout its life cycle, it is able to produce over 1 billion different antibodies, which destroys harmful bacteria and viruses from our bodies. On the other hand, in the medical world, we have man-made antibiotics, which acts like antibodies from our body to destroy only bacterial infections. There could be side effects when we use them, and there are not more than 300 types. Unlike our B cells, it also has a memory function. So if the same foreign invader were to attack our bodies again, it will produce the required antibodies and destroy it rapidly. The picture on the right shows a large cell known as cancer cell. And the cell surrounding it is our natural killer cells, also known as NK cells. They will detect and kill any type of cancer cells. After they have been destroyed, it becomes waste and needs to be removed from our body. So this brings us to our next function, our cleansing function. The picture on the left shows a type of macrophage, which is extending out its tentacle to grab any impurities and toxin, placing it in its mouth, and excreting it from our body through our phlegm and mucus. The picture on the right is another macrophage cell which is present in our blood vessels. This macrophage will move forward and engulf its cells, cholesterol, fats, or in our blood. This will be excreted through our bowel movement. Lastly, we have our repair function. In this picture, it shows the blood platelets helping us to repair damaged tissues in our body. Have you ever wondered why do some people heal quickly while some heal slower? All of this depends on the capability of our repair function. So, how can we attain a healthy body? Nutrition, immune system, and health are interrelated. To have a healthy immune system, we need to eat right, and not to forget having regular exercise, staying healthy, and to have adequate amounts of sleep. And with that, we can have a healthy body. What are the three main nutrients that our immune system needs? They are phytochemicals, antioxidants, and polysaccharides. What are phytochemicals? Phytochemicals are present in all plants, fruits, and vegetables. According to scientific research, an orange has about 100 types of phytochemicals, whereas cactus, which grows in a harsh condition of a desert, has more than 10,000 different types of phytochemicals. It inhibits the processes leading to cancer, and hence, with more variety of phytochemicals in our diet, the better it is for our immune system. Antioxidants help us to fight free radicals, cellular oxidation caused by polluted air, the sun's UV rays, cigarette smoking, cooking fumes, and the body's metabolic processes. So by consuming antioxidants, it can help to fight against free radicals and protect us from the problems caused by free radicals. Lastly, we have polysaccharides. Where are polysaccharides found? They are found in mushrooms, such as shiitake mushroom, maitake mushroom, and ABM mushroom. These polysaccharides will nourish our natural killer cells to increase the activity rate by 38 to 49 folds to support the function in destroying cancer cells and viruses. Now, let us take a look at the difference between nutrition and nutritional immunology. Nutrition science mainly researches on the 5 basic nutrients that our body needs to survive, which are carbohydrates, protein, fats, vitamins, and minerals. These are the basic survival nutrients for our body, which many of us living in this current society do not lack. On the other hand, nutritional immunology researches on the 3 main nutrients that enhance our immune system, which are phytochemicals, antioxidants, and polysaccharides that fight diseases and enhance our longevity. So let us now understand that Elite products are unique, safe, and effective. And why is it unique? This is because they are created with the science of nutritional immunology. And it is safe because our manufacturing factory in Singapore is rewarded Singapore's GMP Food Safety Award, together with ABA Gold Award for passing strict safety standards for 15 years consecutively. As the products are based on nutrition, immunology, is suitable for all ages and highly consumable. Because we have our own manufacturing facilities, we are self-reliant. Hence, we are the producer, manufacturer, and the distributor for our own products. The products are safe because all the ingredients used for the products undergo more than 2,000 types of stringent tests for toxins, pesticides, and heavy metal. The products are also effective because they are based on the science. There are numerous testimonials of people winning back their health. Elite has developed its own unique wholesome series, the Complete Nourishment series. With 80 trillion cells in our body, we must at least nourish our body for 90 days every year with the Complete Nourishment series. Let me introduce you to this series. So we have the first product on the left is Rhapsody. Rhapsody contains cactus, which has more than 10,000 different types of phytochemicals, which are responsible for strengthening the immune system to defend against bacteria and viruses, as well as speeding up wound healing and reduce inflammation. Another ingredient in Rhapsody is American ginseng, which contains ginsenosides that help to increase oxygen supply to our brain, as well as to increase energy and vitality, reducing fatigue and increasing our stamina strength, preventing also neurodegenerative disease. On the bottom left corner, we have immunity. Immunity contains cordyceps mycelium, which protects our organs, especially our lungs, heart, and kidney. Immunity also contains shiitake, ABM, and maitake mushrooms, which has a variety of polysaccharides that increase the activity rate of our natural killer cells by 38 to 49 folds to help in destroying viruses and cancer cells within the body. In the center, we have rosy thyme. The main ingredients in rosy thyme are rose, cactus fruit, acelera cherry, and cranberry. Cactus fruit has the antioxidant 7 times higher than vitamin C. Thus, it can increase our skin softness and elasticity, thereby reducing wrinkles. The rose has 50 times more antioxidants than lemon, hence greatly enhancing the body's ability to produce collagen naturally, thereby slowing down aging. And below rosy thyme, we have soy green. Soy green contains wholesome soy, psyllium husk, and 10 different types of vegetables. According to research, wholesome soy has protein 2 times more than meat, 12 times more than milk, and there is also no cholesterol found in it. And the phytoestrogens found in wholesome soy can help to prevent hormone-related cancer. So we have also psyllium husk in soy green as well, which has a balance of soluble and insoluble fiber. The soluble fiber helps to reduce blood cholesterol levels and control the rise of our blood sugar levels, as well as controlling appetite and reducing our body weight. Hence, soy green can be used as a wholesome meal replacement as it contains essential nutrients and fiber needed for all ages. Lastly, on the right-hand side, we have berry beet and raisin tree, which are important for our heart, blood vessels, and our liver. Berry beet, the main ingredients in berry beet are hawthorn, blueberry, raspberry, and cranberry. These fruits are high in antioxidants, hence they can effectively nourish the heart and liver function, and it helps to remove the toxins from our blood vessels, preventing cardiovascular disease and regulating our cholesterol levels. We also have raisin tree, which contains raisin tree fruit, American ginseng, and monk fruit. Raisin tree improves the liver detoxification function and increase alcohol metabolism, reducing hangover symptoms. After understanding the products, let us explore into Elite's marketing plan. Elite has a downloadable app that provides free registration. Next, 1 USD equals to 1 SV, which refers to sales volume here. We can easily start up with a monthly consumption of 200 USD. With a DSV of 400, we can enjoy 2 levels of 10% bonus. And with a DSV of 3,200, we are entitled a bonus payout up to 7 levels with a total distribution of 50%. Now, how can we achieve success in Elite career? For the first level, we become an Elite, which means we achieve a DSV of 3,200. Second stage, we duplicate 4 Elite like ourselves, as shown below, also achieving a DSV of 3,200 each. So in total, the total sales volume we achieve is 16,000 USD multiplied by 10% bonus given by the company. We will have an income of 1,600 USD for that month. An income of 1,600 USD is already more than many working adults of basics pay. So continuing to the third level, using the same concept, we teach A1 to A6 to enter second level like us before. So in total, our total income at third level will be 1,600 times 6 plus 302 from the first level, and we will attain a monthly income of 9,920 USD. I believe with this income, many of us can afford and achieve many dreams that we have set for ourselves. Now that we have looked into it, so what is a job and a career? Do you know what is the difference between a job and a career? There's one thing you need to take note of from the outset of your working life. Your job is the work that you do for your boss. You are just serving a specific purpose in an organization. You are not indispensable. If you do not perform your task, someone else will. Hence, any work in any job is not your ultimate goal. It is your plan, your dream, your life. There are many tasks to accomplish in your career, and you are required to perform them well. But upon completion of each task, you must be able to see the future within. Even if you are doing something insignificant, think of the possible achievements in the future. You must evaluate and re-evaluate. Gradually, you will discover that this task can give you a better and more successful outcome. Therefore, you are not looking for a better job. You are looking for a better career. Now, there are three levels of income in our society. Firstly, we have survival income. For ordinary individuals, be it employees or professionals, we are always facing a common problem. That is, we are using our own time and effort to exchange for an income. For example, a doctor, they can only see a fixed number of patients every day as he is restricted by his physical condition and time every day. Therefore, if we work, we will have income, but if we were to stop working, we won't have income. Our income is limited within our own time and effort. That is unless we can progress to a growth stage like the SMEs. The SME owners are able to increase their income and time by hiring more employees. However, these SMEs are facing problems associated with rental costs, paycheck, bonuses, and capital, as well as direct competition from larger MNCs. Especially in this pandemic, we have witnessed that even if there were profits for 10 years, the SMEs may not be able to stomach a huge loss for a year. Therefore, only through secured income, we are able to avoid the problems mentioned above, for examples like the MNCs. These MNCs owners only occupy 3% of the market population. However, if we were to duplicate our time and effort, we would then be able to avoid these problems faced by SMEs through a business career like duplication, like Elite. Besides, have you ever thought that we normally start working at the age of 25 and we continue to work until the age of 65 before we retire, which takes about 40 years. In these 40 years, we are working alone and we cannot afford to collapse. What if we are involved in an accident, or we have problems with our health, or we lose our job? If at that moment we have already aged and we have children who are still studying, we still have mortgages, housing loans to pay, what should we do then? Isn't there a high risk that we can't afford? The greatest risk, however, is working alone for 40 years because we are going to face all of these risks at the same time, in addition to the advancement of artificial intelligence and technology. Only through the concept of duplication are we able to reduce these risks. What actually is then duplication? Take for example, in the first month, we do our research and explore on Elite career. Then we agree to join this career. Then in the first month, we have one franchise in our network. In the second month, we share this business to another friend and they agree to join us. So we will have 2 franchises. In the third month, both of us repeat this process and we will have 4 franchises in our group. In the 4th month, we will have 8. 5th month, we will have 16. 6th month, we have 32. 7th month, we have 64. And 8th month, we have 128. Coming 9th month, we will have 256. By the 10th month, we will have 512 franchises in our network. This is duplication. As we continue to the 11th month, we will have 1,024. 12 months, we will have 2,048. 13th month, we will have 4,096. And with this concept at the 20th month, we will have 520,000 people. In the 21st month, 1 million. 22nd month, 2 million. 23rd month, 4 million. And by the 30th month, which is 2.5 years later, we will be able to duplicate up to 536 million franchises. This is a huge number. And ladies and gentlemen, today I'm not playing a number game here, but I want to illustrate to you that the essence of duplication is not at the beginning where there is only 1, 2, 4, 8, which are small numbers, but it is the end result of 536 million people. Let us push to a more possible outcome, which is to open up 2,048 franchises. Isn't it better than working alone for 40 years? Can you feel the power of duplication? let us move on to see how duplication creates a secured income. For example, if your network has 2,000 people and everyone's consumption is 200 USD, you will have a sales volume of 400,000 USD. Multiplied by the 10% bonus payout, you'll be able to receive an income of 40,000 USD that month. Out of the 2,000 people, if there are 100 of them who want to venture 4 hours of the time into this business daily, your network will then have a total production of 400 hours that day, which is more than 24 hours a day that everyone has. So through duplication, we are able to duplicate our network, sales volume, income, and time at the same time, resolving the risk of working alone for 40 years, achieving a secured income. How do we ensure that we have a successful entrepreneurship? We have to look at the 5 essential elements which I've introduced earlier in my presentation, which are company, products, marketing plan, market, and education. Any company has more than 30 years in research and development. The products are also unique, safe, and effective. The marketing plan is also of low capital, where we can start a global business with just 200 USD. The market is also huge. We can open franchises at an international level. Last but not least, education. Now, I would like to introduce you our successful team, EVG Network. We are a successful network with more than 20 years of experience in network marketing, a successful model of business in leadership, management, and education. It spreads the ideology of simple, consistent, and easy to duplicate to help the team to duplicate and expand their network and sales so that we can develop a sustainable business. EVG Network also provides one-to-one training courses like Achievers Congress, International Distributor Seminar, and weekly video conference and webinar. EVG Network also has its own Facebook page with the latest news, testimonials. EVG also has its own website together with its own YouTube channel as well as Youku as well. We will also have EVG Super Gateway that provides us with the product testimonials, while EVG Learn World provides us ways to run our business so that we can pass down to our next generation. Elite Global and EVG Network will help you to develop a global business to achieve wealth, freedom of time, and health. I urge you to seize this opportunity as a success is not a dream. On behalf of EVG Network, I welcome your participation. I wish you all a successful career, good health, and may your dreams come true. Thank you.
Thank you, Jiahui, for the wonderful sharing on how to choose the right e-commerce platform. The right choice is when the 5 key criteria are all satisfied, and they are company, products, marketing plan, market, and education. With these 5 criteria in play, we can be assured of a successful career. Jiahui also shared with us on nutritional immunology science. Many people has benefited from this science, and today we are excited to have a testimony sharing on how nutritional immunology science has helped to stabilize tumor condition and prevented a surgery. Let us welcome Darren to share with us.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Darren, and I will be sharing a health condition called GIST my dad has. A little bit about my dad. My dad is 81 years old this year, and he has hypertension, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and has been borderline diabetic since his 60s. So back in November 2017, during an annual health screening review, the GP revealed that there is a mass detected at the bottom of my dad's lung area. So however, no action was taken since there wasn't any other symptoms showing. So 1 year later, around November 2018, after similar health screening review, similar mass was again detected by the same GP. And at the same time, the GP was also concerned about a drop in his weight. The GP then referred him to SGH for more tests. So after many rounds of tests, including a CT scan on February 2019, it was finally found that the unknown mass was in fact residing in the fundus area of the stomach, measuring about 2.7 cm. So an endoscopy result in August 2019 revealed that there is a GIST along the greater curve near the fundus. So by the way, GIST stands for gastrointestinal stromal tumor. So GIST can be malignant or benign, and even a benign GIST can become malignant as it gets bigger. So here's a few images from the endoscopy. The biopsy results show the GIST is benign, at the time, meaning non-cancerous. So after the endoscopy, the specialist suggested that for a GIST size that has reached 2.8 cm, surgery for removal will be recommended from the affected area. And not just removing the GIST, but removing an area that's larger than the GIST to prevent any infected cell around the area from forming an GIST in the future. That will mean removal a large percentage of the fundus area, or in general term, a substantial portion of my dad's stomach. The side effect after the operation, according to a specialist, would be that it will affect his appetite. That is meaning a smaller appetite. In addition, according to the surgeon we consulted with, in 2019, at the age of 77, there is a larger risk of complication during such a major surgery for such age with the other condition that he had then. The surgeon and specialist had given my dad two options. So first, to go ahead with the operation, which would eliminate any future worries that the tumor will turn cancerous, or to monitor and play by the book. That is, if no changes in size or if it becomes smaller and remain benign, then no action is needed. So at the time, we selected option 2 and to monitor the size of the GIST. So at around the same period before the endoscopy, around April, my dad also started taking the complete nourishment series. So in February 2020, after almost 1 year consuming full nourishment series, he went for his CT scan again. The specialist remarked that no action is needed as the tumor remains stable and actually reduced slightly in size. So the largest is at 2.4 cm instead of 2.7 cm in 2019. The same option for surgery still is available, but not recommended at this age again. At this stable reduced size, it also means the tumor has remained benign. Since the CT scans results in 2020, my dad continued to consume 3 sachets of immunity, 60 ml of rosy thyme and rhapsody, and 1 sachet of soy green daily. He also consumed a sachet of soy pro daily after his workout in the morning and in the evening. In addition to the above good news, he was also taken off his diabetic drugs and discharged from his diabetes condition. So in February 2021, he had his CT scan again. The GIST remains stable at its reduced size, and the specialist has recommended that CT scan be done 2 years later instead of the yearly method. So we continue to believe the change of lifestyle with the knowledge of nutritional immunology will enable my dad to regain his health eventually. I'm grateful for Dr. Geoffrey Chen for her research, enabling me to keep my family healthy. With this, I end my sharing. Thank you.
Thank you, Darren, for his sharing. It must be such a relief to the whole family that Darren's father did not have to go through a surgery and yet regain back his health. Through Darren's sharing, we can see that through sufficient consumption of proper nutrition, it can help to improve an elderly's health condition, so much so that a chronic disease condition that usually requires lifelong medication can be cleared. Let's congratulate Darren's father again. At this point, I would like to highlight that Elite products are plant-based food, which are very beneficial for health maintenance. However, Elite does not advocate any form of self-diagnosis or medical treatment. If you have any medical conditions, please kindly seek professional help. In the next segment, we will be inviting a young man to share about his journey in Elite career. As someone who started working since his teenage days and later managed to land in a government sector job, what made him switch his attention to the Elite career? What was the triggering factor that woke him up? Ladies and gentlemen, do take note in the next sharing and find the answer. Let us welcome Matthias.
Good evening, everyone online. Firstly, I would like to thank EVG Network and my upline for bringing this Elite business into my life. Once again, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Matthias Woon. Well, ever since a very young age, I've been very keen on earning money, to be independent financially, to be able to buy things that I want. So I started working at the age of 13. Yes, 13 years old. I started selling ice cream door to door. I've been taking out a lot of odd jobs throughout my teenage life. I work in food fairs to sell otah. I work in KFC's kitchen. I work as a mascot for events. All kinds of jobs, to be honest. But even during my polytechnic days, well, in the daytime, I'll be studying, of course. And in the evening, I'll be working as food delivery. And during the weekends, I'll be working as a waiter in a restaurant. But as mentioned also, I used to work in the government sector right after my national service. So being in the customer service industry, even during my working days, I will work till wee hours as a valet driver and go back to my office job early in the morning. Well, that was how hard I actually worked. Because like I mentioned, I want to be independent and I'm very, very goal driven. And because of the way I was working and earning money through all the jobs, my health and complexion definitely started taking a toll. Well, thankfully, I have always been taking nutritional immunology products. And during the bad times, it was through the products that I am able to see a difference between myself and my peers. While my upline, being my parents, had always seen the hardworking side of me. Even though I don't tell them about what my daily schedule is like back then, but they knew I was out working hard and earning money. They constantly urged me to join the OPP by EVG network, but I was always very hesitant. After 6 months of continuous and consistent encouragement, well, I decided to attend an OPP similar to what we are attending now. During the OPP, the portion that really woke me up was realizing that no matter how hard I work, I will always be in the survival status quo. I will always be using my time and effort in exchange for my income. And if I were to stop working, my income would become zero. And also, even if I were to work until I retire at 65, I would always be working alone for 40 years. All the health risks, occupational risks, and most importantly, transportational risks. It felt like the speaker was actually talking to me. I needed to ensure that I would not be in the survival status as soon as I can. And coincidentally, in my government job, I was given an annual pay raise. Of course, everyone would be happy with a raise. However, my raise was just $80. And $80 raise is not enough even for a restaurant for two. And I was very, very sure I needed to make a change in my life for the future. And that was where I decided to explore more into the business of duplication. And it wasn't just the business model itself, but there were many other factors to consider before I put my heart and soul into it. What is the background of the company? What is the background of this Dr. Chen? With 30 years in the health science industry and being the founder of nutritional immunology, I will be working side by side with a recognized partner, Dr. Chen, and also the R&D, the products, the technology, the app, and everything is born and done by the company. All I have to do is to share and advocate the science of nutritional immunology. Well, during the COVID period, where traveling and attending seminars is impossible everywhere, our founder, Dr. Chen and Dr. E made sure we are not deprived of her health seminars held online, constantly updating everyone about new informations and news. Next would be the products. As the products are self-manufactured, self-distributed, we do not have any competition from other companies as we are the authority in nutritional immunology. The company also ensures a high safety standards for our products with over 2,000 stringent tests done by the government as well as the company itself. And most importantly is the effectiveness of the product. Seeing so many of my family members who benefited from the product, including myself, I was confident and I could share it with everyone that I see. Thirdly would be the market. Is the market for nutritional immunology vast? Yes, it is. The market consists of consumers from infants to elderly. Pregnant mummies can also consume it too. Well, even pets can use the products. including my own cat and dog at home. They take elite products as well. Well, market is very important because if I were to be selling slimming innerwear today, I would be reduced to a small group only because for the male, we can't wear it. The elderly definitely do not need it. The pregnant ladies can't wear it, and kids cannot wear them as well. And how many of this innerwear would a person require? Because they can't possibly be buying a new one every month. Well, unlike Elite, the customers will consume every single day and will return to buy every month. Fourth will be the marketing plan, which was most important to me. Is the marketing plan easy to achieve? Well, with 200 USD, there is no business in Singapore that I can do with that little amount of money. Even a push cart in a shopping mall, it will cost $50 to $80 a day, not a month, but a day. If I did online business, I will need to stock up and buy in bulk before I can even sell. Elite's marketing plan is actually very easy to achieve. It is very fair and equitable. By working hard in nurturing and duplicating, I would definitely be able to achieve a desirable income that can be passed down to my next generation. And lastly, will be the education and training by EVG. And I'm very thankful today to be a part of this wonderful and successful group, seeing people from very simple backgrounds to big bosses of different trade. Through using the same education, achieving success in Elite. EVG teaches all of us that every single step we need to take in this career with the experience of many successful leaders, and most importantly, the life lessons that we learn through our EVG courses like Love and Care and I Am Winner program. And furthermore, as we embark into the era of social medias and online platforms, EVG has actually prepared educating lessons to help us conquer the whole new online market that stands before us, leveraging on online platforms like Zoom, Webinar, Facebook, and Instagram to help us with our careers. And not forgetting, EVG also pushes us to being a better person in the society, a filial son, a loving husband, and father. Being a part of EVG Network and Elite Global since 2016, I had a lot of achievements as well as gains in my life. I would like to share this portion together with some pictures. Well, health was a definite gain, but not only for myself, but my son, my wife, and all my family members, because a healthy family is a happy family. And nothing brings more joy than that of a family being together healthily. Well, I got to visit countries all over the world through the incentive trips by the company, going on to the Royal Caribbean cruise ship and cruising luxuriously from Hong Kong to Vietnam, going to Inner Mongolia to live like a native there, as well as traveling to Japan to enjoy adventurous activities like mountain climbing and long distance bike cycling with my peers and partners. And we also look forward to traveling onto the cruise to Thailand, as well as going to Abu Dhabi. Well, my network had also grown from Singapore to Malaysia, Australia, Hong Kong, Macau, Taiwan, China, and many different parts of China. And I wouldn't have been able to achieve all this if it wasn't for Elite, if it wasn't for the education that I received in EVG, and of course, the guidance from my uplines. And lastly, I would like to share with everyone a few achievements my wife and I have made come true, especially in the right career. Well, in 2020, right smack in the middle of the coronavirus outbreak, I bought my own Mercedes-Benz, and which has been a goal for me ever since I have gotten my driving license. And later on that year, we bought our brand new luxurious condominium, which we are awaiting to move in very, very soon, after waiting for 2 years. But of course, all this doesn't just stop here. We have more goals that we need to achieve in the near future. In the elite career, yes, there are many setbacks and obstacles along the way. But what we must look for is the worth in all the time that we invest into this business, the achievements that awaits us, and most importantly, to be able to prove to yourself and your family that you made the right move. Looking at my achievements and my journey, I knew that I was in the right career. I am in the right career, and I will always be in the right career. And I need to help my downlines and network to be able to achieve their goals as well. Because this is the duplication career. And the more people we help in this career, the bigger the returns. Before I end off my sharing, I would like to share with everyone something that my mentor and upline has always drilled into me. To do what others are unwilling to do, and we will receive what others have always longed for. And once again, I would like to thank all of you for your time. And I hope my sharing will spark something in your life today. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthias, for his sharing and congratulations. Through Matthias' sharing, we learned that no matter how hard we work today, we are still earning a survival income, using our time and effort in exchange for an income. If we ever stop working, our income will fall to zero. Again, choosing a career platform that integrates the 5 key criteria: company, products, marketing plan, market, and education, we can embark on a successful duplication career that can elevate the survival income to a secure income, helping us to gain back our time, health, and wealth, and not having to work alone for 40 years. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of today's sharing. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope to see you again. Thank you.